Welcome back to Button Down Gaming. My name is Jay, and I am playing with myself. Alright, when we last left off, we were going to go to the science one, the smart one. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've actually played this game, so I'm sorry if I miss a few things. If I get a few things messed up. I might have to figure out how to play this game again as I go. So, let's see if they're really going to betray us because they're big jerkheads. Do you?
This is the reef of fallen worlds, kid. It's a dangerous place at the best of times. And with you lighting up the sky as you fell, well, we should get out of here as soon as possible.
Okay. Is that really what you needed to say? Oh, oh, oh. Whew. Why were you looking at me when you said that? I wasn't, he growls. Don't be so paranoid. But when she isn't looking, he raises his eyebrows at you knowingly. Can you tell me about your tattoos? Yes, I want to know about the tattoos. These, they're nothing. Call them a consolation if you must. He smiles grimly. Some call them by worse names, but that's because they've had the occasion to run afoul of these little snakes. He looks away. This line of questioning is clearly at an end. Let's keep going.
Go.
Don't want to waste time with all the story stuff. Oh, what are these? Two floating cones whirl and spin deliriously around each other, giggling like children being tickled. The air around them smells of sweet burning leaves. Touch a cone as it passes. Continue. Success! You manage to graze one of them with the tip of your finger. Rorn, a voice says, and your vision is stolen from you. A moon hangs over you, but it is not the one you recognize. It's black and in a pearl-white sky. Thick, flat asteroids orbit it like petals in the wind. You feel questing tendrils at your ankle, and the hot wind on your face smells of scorched hair and grief. Your vision returns. The cones hang motionless for only a second before resuming their giggling dance. What are you? The cones continue whirling and laughing like enraptured dancers, giving no sign that they've heard you. What are you for? The cones greet your question with a split second of hushed silence, followed by delighted peals of helpless giggling. They aren't for anything. They're from one of the worlds before this one. Alagern rubs a hand along his stubbled jaw. Sometimes the Numenera will do something useful. Sometimes they'll turn you inside out. And sometimes they don't do a damn thing that makes sense. Oh, so I should touch them whenever possible. Got it. I've often said the same thing about you, darling, Calistege murmurs. Watch them for patterns. The longer you stare at these artifacts, the more you're convinced that they turn faster when their spiraling paths cross each other. Alright, well, where am I supposed to go, Calistege? You're supposed to lead the way.
Child. This is not a place to walk lightly. There are dangers in the reef, both old and new.
Alright. Cool. Is there a map? There is a map. It does not say where I'm supposed to go.
It's a plan.
And this is a dead end, so maybe there's something cool. A matte black obelisk floats in midair above the water. It has sharp curved sides that converge to a glowing tip that brightens or dims with the passing of the bay's faint breezes. Lean out to touch it. You raise your hand toward the obelisk. Dull green light wells from within the black stone, fixed on you like a furious eye. I knew someone who did what you're about to do, Alagern says casually. Aeon Priest. A beam came out the top of that thing and ripped his face off. Made a fancy nightlight out of his crystal necklace, though. But hey, I'm sure you know what you're doing. Oh, hush. At least that poor priest died in service of his curiosity, rather than stumbling about the coast, complaining and feeling sorry for himself. Go ahead if you must, she tells you, ignoring Alagern's glare. But do be careful. Do the crystal shard, obviously, because the necklace. Carefully, you level the shard at the obelisk, and a superheated beam lances from the tip of the structure into the crystal. sending vibrations up your arm and suffusing the shard with a warm green glow.
Good balance.
Cool. Why am I, like, dizzy? I don't know what that is. Oh, man, there's so much stuff to touch. But I can't touch it. Okay. What is this? Okay, but... Oh, it's a wall. Got it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I have, like, no weapons. This ain't good. As you step onto what looks like the back of the enormous construct, 4 strangers approach you. In the lead is a wiry man with parallel scars running from cheek to collarbone on the left side of his face. He gives you a welcoming smile, pulling on gray gloves embedded with pulsing lights. He's about to say something to you when he notices Callistige. Cal, I thought you'd sworn off trawling the reef. Found anything tasty? His eyes travel up and down both you and Aligern. Odds and ends, Coro. Nothing that would interest you, I'm sure. Her words are calm, but she has gone quite still. We'll let him talk. His hand curls into a fist at his side. I was wondering, specifically, if you had seen a falling star that landed near here not long ago. I've seen nothing of the sort, dear Coro. Her lips close thinly. What about your friends? He turns to you. I know most of the draft that scavenges the reef these days. It's a rare pleasure to see a new face. I don't know how good I am at deception. Let's find out. 100%. Coro studies you for a long moment before sighing. All right, he says. Well, do let us know if you spot anything of interest. I'd like to say we'd pay for the privilege, but if we were rich, we wouldn't be down here, would we? All right. Nice thinking, kid. That would have been a fiasco. You figured out why they were here, right? You think Callistige told them about us? No. Oh, sure, and they just had that ambush ready to go at the same time as we're leaving? No, kid. Callistige sold us out. Excuse me? Are you suggesting I had something to do with Coro's plans? Are you suggesting you didn't? An old friend of yours just happens to be waiting for us, armed and outnumbering us, as we return from the greatest find the reef has seen in years? It's too convenient for me. Too convenient by far. Of all the idiotic paranoid delusions, you really believe this, don't you? You really believe I'd use a half-wit like Coro to stab you in the back rather than do it myself? You see, kid, she'll stab you in the back. First chance she gets. Most likely in your sleep. He throws up a hand, forestalling Callistige's retort. Look, I don't care. Fact is, I can't trust you anymore, and I wonder why I ever did. This is the last we travel together. I've got enough to worry about without having to watch my back 28 hours a day. He turns to you. You coming, kid, or what? You're really gonna walk away from each other over this? Oh, this is just the last needle that crushed the Anine. Oh, man. Hold on, I need some water. You haven't seen 1/10 of her depths. Not 1/20th. She's a backstabbing bitch, and this mess here only proves it. Always a paragon of class, Aligern. If I did have any interest in betraying you, do you really think I would need Coro's help? Yet this is the thanks I get for coddling your pain-rattled, judgmental weakness for so long. I've had enough. She turns to you. Child, I am happy to guide you, but I will not walk another step with this paranoid buffoon. Finally, something we agree on, he growls. Kid, she'll chop off your head and spit down your throat. I'll get you where you need to go, and let you sleep at night to boot. It's up to you. like, I don't want to pick either one of them, right? Like, because she is really cool with all this fluttering about and everything, although she doesn't seem very trustworthy. This guy's just a fucking sad sack. Like, I don't even like him. Screw him. But, you know, he could be helpful in a pinch. So, like, I don't want to choose either of them. And role-playing wise, my character would probably just leave both of them behind and go out on my own. Again, fuck both of them. I would like them both to work it out, though. So let's see if they can. Why can't I travel with both of you? Can't you just work it out? She bursts out laughing. My dear girl, we've been working it out. Aligern's petulance, his obstinacy in the face of fact, drive me away every day. He might be strong, but he's also thick. I dare you to try traveling with him and see how long you endure. Not as long as I have, I'll wager. His face darkens under her accusations, but he manages a pained smile. As if you're doing a favor by staying with me? Do you think I don't see your true self in all those echoes around you? That's you, Callistige, every facet of it. Your vivisectionist heart hasn't changed, just the way you present it. I thought I could help you, but... I'll be fine traveling on my own. I don't want to travel with either of you. Makes sense. He shoots a look fraught with meaning at Callistige. If you change your mind, you can find me in the underbelly. I travel around, but I'll keep an ear to the ground for you. On the other hand, if you prefer civilized company, you can find me at the Order of Truth. I will be happy to aid your quest, but do not come with Aligern in tow. I will not suffer him again. The feeling's extremely mutual. Farewell, child. Come find me. Ah, shit. Well, I'm on my own. That's perfect time for a next time on Button Down Gaming. So come on back and watch me actually play with myself.